Hello and welcome to the second semi-final of OLTP Season 1. This game will be between Balls to the Wall and I Swear Not Bots. I believe I Swear Not Bots are playing on the blue side and Balls to the Wall are playing on the red side for the first half. The map is Hyper Reactor. Balls to the Wall finished first in the regular season and were seeded first for the playoffs, and I Swear Not Bots finished fourth. They had a less than impressive start to the season, but eventually they managed to get out some wins and barely made it into the playoffs by 1 point. Balls to the Wall have probably the best defensive lineup in the league in Venetics and Hoog. However, Tosi Fox is a really good defender as well, coming in the mid-season draft. Sweet Cheeses as well, a really great defender. Evoke is going to get away with the flag though, going down middle. Ahead of two of I Swear Not Bots defenders. However, gets tagged in the base. Dimer alone in I Swear Not Bots base as Noob and Hi-Fi look to make something happen on offense. But they would both get tagged. And Dimer's away with only one to beat for the first cap of the game. Two ahead of him now though. Tosi Fox is getting blocked out by Hoog and Venetics, but Noob is allowed the time to catch up, and so is Hi-Fi. All the members of I Swear Not Bots streaming into Balls to the Wall base to make sure they can't get this cap on. Hi-Fi gets a nice return there. Evoke does get away though. None of I Swear Not Bots were covering the regrab there. He will get tagged by Sweet Cheeses with some really good defensive play, and they will get the mid power, will they? Yes, they will get the mid power up. Some good power control there. Right power control not there though, as both Tosi and Sweet Cheeses avoided. Hi-Fi gets out with a flag though, beats Hoog and Venetics, easier said than done. Can he beat Diamond? Can't beat Diamond due to the juke juice. Noob gets out of the base as well. Hoog gonna cover that, misses the boost though. This could give Noob the space to get away. He will get away, and that'll be the first cap of the game for I Swear Not Bots, taking a commanding lead. Neither Evoke or Dimer have been really able to make anything happen, and their pressure's been really good. Evoke finally going into base with a grab but can't get away.
So contrary to a lot of the predictions, it looks like I Swear We're Not Bots have got a solid cap to take the lead after a volley of grabs from Balls to the Wall. Looks like another one has just happened. Toasty Fox is going to make quick work of that. Noob is going to get away though towards the left hand side, not going to take the juke juice, probably a bit too far out of the way. Gets past Diamond Carriage to the portal in time. He's going to go around as long as Sweet Cheese can get the block past Evoke. Barely.
Beautiful play.
Can bounce in to get the cap. It looks like this is going to start a bit of momentum for Balls to the I Swear We're Not Bots rather, which is very important if they can get the return on Diamond Kairos, which probably won't happen anytime soon with that juke juice and blocker. But that is a very good start from I Swear We're Not Bots, which again I don't think many people at all expected.
Some beautiful play by I Swear Not Bots there. Just in their grabs and in their capping has been really clean, and it's just been really good to watch. Hi-Fi can barely not cap that though, but will avoid Venetics. It just looks like Venetics and Hoog are just having a really bad day chasing, because they just can't seem to get those returns that Sweet Cheeses and Toasty Fox can.
Well, if there's one thing you need to do right in this map, it is chasing, being probably one of the chasiest maps in the OLTP season, with how easy it is to build up a regrab train. Noob and Hi-Fi looks like they're working on one right now. If Hi-Fi can, no, he got beaten to the boost from Evoke, giving a boost a very, very easy boost return. I say easy, but it sure looks good. Looks like we're having a reset of positions. All the power-ups are gone, albeit with no power-up control. Noob opts not to wait for Hi-Fi. Evoke does wait for Diamond Kairos, and it pays off. He's down bottom with only one person to beat. Toasty Fox boosts in and get an easy return. Diamond Kairos, with nobody else following him, is going to try and hide through the pipe. He's not going to make it. Going to dodge a snipe from Toasty Fox, then from Noob. He's only got one ahead of him now. Hoog isn't looking to block anytime soon, but Hi-Fi misses the boost as well. That's 3 missed boosts in a row. Diamond Kairos boosts in, and he does not miss the boost unlike the others, and gets the first cap for Balls to the Wall. Evoke is coming in through the left hand side. He's got a rolling bomb to assist him, but 3 of the I Swear We're Not Bots members make that 2 I Swear We're Not Bots members, as Toasty Fox runs straight into a spike, and then that's going to bring the score quickly to 2-all. Dimakaris might be able to make that 3-all as Evoke again pushing Toasty Fox into a spike. Just as Hyphy gets away with the Jig Juice, looks like he might even be able to restock with another Jig Juice down the bottom. Again, no power-up control. Toasty Fox just getting the return on Dimakaris before Hyphy kisses him. Now it's only Evoke to beat. With Venetics in base 2, Toasty Fox getting less than inches from Evoke, but Evoke manages to use the boost to get some breathing room. Pretty high scoring actually so far. I think this is the highest scoring. Even if it's the closest, it's still fairly high scoring for what you'd expect to be a very close semi-final match. Dimakaris is taken out. Hyphy's got no one in front of him. That's another easy cap to bring the score even higher, 2-3, and I swear we're not bots' favour. Do you think similar things will be happening in the next half round?
Having seen all the I Swear Not Bots games before this one, their issue was really positioning, and their individual play was on par with the other teams, with their positioning just wasn't up to scratch. But I think in this game, their positioning has been really top-notch. Only once has their positioning really faltered, and Baltimore basically abused that to get 2 caps on the board. And I think over the whole game, they really deserve to be winning by more than they are. If they can keep the momentum, they will win the next half as well. I think Baltimore will really need to just reset, get Hoog and Venetics back, getting these easy returns. Like this one, for example, takes way too long, giving Hyphy a lot of space and room. They just really need to get their individual play back up to scratch and just stop being on tilt.
That's a really good point that you mentioned. Hyphy's complaining about lag. Hopefully that's not affecting him too much like it was in the other semi-final match, but I think you will notice from rewatching this that up until now, could change, up until now, Toasty Fox and Sweet Jesus has always made sure that their teammates know where the flag carrier is, and have made sure that there is always somebody on I Swear We're Not Bots who is ahead of the flag carrier at all times. As you said, they did slip up at one point, which subsequently led through 2 caps, but it looks like they're just making sure that they're always able to slowly contain all the flag carriers, not just one in particular, all the flag carriers into the half of the map. Although, as I say, that looks like they caught out of position right now, which is going to lead Evoke to a cap.
Awful mistake there, which led to a cap.
From what I saw, it looks like Toasty Fox or Noob, can't remember who it was, went for the power up, but I guess they just put them too far out of position, so...
Some good positioning there to get that return though. They really need to make sure that they consistently are positioning well ahead of the flag carrier, and then they will be in a commanding position to take some more caps.
Hyphy and Noob are being a little impatient with grabbing as well, which could possibly make it a bit difficult. Dimakaris gets away from the one defender of Sweet Jesus, but isn't going to get through the portal just in time. And now, with that positioning which we talked about not 5 seconds ago, got 3 I Swear We're Not Bots members in front of him, and makes a sensible decision to backtrack.
Forcing Diamond back towards I Swear We're Not Bots base, really good positioning there. And they're going to close them down again. That's really the most impressive defensive play I've seen from I Swear We're Not Bots. I think if they can continue this, then they are really in a good chance for doing better than just a semi-final place.
I guess defenders can be impatient too, as Hoog and Venetics are both clawing their way to Noob to try and get that return, but in turn just gave Noob a very big window and even invited him in to get past. Evoke's also gonna barely get away. Don't think he's oh well, apparently he's just proved me wrong before I've even said anything. He's gonna get away from Sweet Jesus and Toasty Fox, forcing them to overcommit in about 6 different directions at the same time, like any good Duke it does. Doesn't know where he's gonna go now.
He will not die. He just will not die. He will not get popped.
He's just tricked Toasty Fox into going to the portal, which again opens the door. Just tricked Sweet Jesus into going to the pipe. Jesus. Only got 2 ahead. This isn't skilled offensive play. This is smart flag carrying. That was smart flag carrying more than it was skilled, and
would have been insane. That would have been probably the best cap I've seen in the competition so far. That was an insane cap.
Dimakaris might be able to get something to redeem Evoke.
He
is. Perfectly timed, like clockwork, to get the return on Noob, who again is just being a little bit too impatient to really guarantee any cap. Dimakaris has actually just missed that Jig Juice twice, and Sweet Jesus in the process. two blockers.
Sweet Cheeses gets a lovely cap there, lovely team play, excellent positioning, and it pays off in the cap.
And from the defender of Sweet Cheeses, I do believe that is his first cap of the game, and in the first half the score is 4-all, cap for cap for cap, going one way then another way. And in the end it's all tied up. 20 seconds is definitely enough time to get another cap, only barely. It looks like both teams are in position to get one.
Oof,
High feet again.
Not.
Impatient, can't grab the flag and get away. Can certainly grab the flag though. Noob can't get away either. Looks like there's going to be no more opportunity for Evoke to cap even with their very ambitious grab. And that's going to conclude the first half of the match. Well, that's actually just to see if you look at the scoreboard right now to see balls to the wall, according to the stats, playing a lot better, but I think people watching the game won't say that that's necessarily true. Not to say they were performing worse. What do you think were the biggest faults in both teams for that half that they will probably be looking to improve?
I think iSwearNotBots had a lot of consistent play. They were consistently ahead of Evoke and Dimer when Evoke and Dimer had the flag, and they weren't really letting anything through their defense. That sort of fell off in the second half of the half, and they let in some really easy caps which could have been prevented by better positioning. I think if they can just play a bit more conservatively and not commit too hard in one way or to one boost or to one sort of option that Evoke or Dimer has, and just let Noob and Hi-Fi catch up and get the easy return and not commit too hard, they'll be in a really strong position for the next half. But on balls to the wall side, some insane play has allowed them to exploit iSwearNotBots' defense, but their defense themselves has been quite weak. I think Hi-Fi and Noob are getting allowed a lot too much space. Hook and Phoenix, I really haven't seen them play this loosely on defense in a long time. Noob and Hi-Fi consistently getting out, able to boost out of base, and that's just not something that happens against the best defenders on Hyper. So I think if they can shore up their defense, then they'll win the game, because Evoke and Dimer have they're just too good for Sweet Cheese and the Toasty Fox, no matter how good their positioning is, to get the return sometimes.
I think that a lot of the problem in that was, as you point out, that all of the really on-form playing was happening on the right-hand side in the blue base. Toasty Fox and Sweet Cheeses, although yes, they did slip up, as you mentioned, a couple of times. Evoke and they were still performing a lot better than their offensive teammates, while Evoke and Makaris on offense for the opposing team were able to perform a lot better than their defensive counterparts. So maybe that's why they're so evenly matched, because it was just a lot of the same skill levels. And I think you will notice that when balls to the wall were able to grab the flag and get towards their base, they were able to really take advantage of the weak offensive defense that iSwearNotBots was showing. Which is why as soon as they get rid of, once they get in front of Toasty Fox and Sweet Cheeses, that pretty much leads to a cap those 4 times. So second half underway. One of each power up in each corner. Dimakaris is going to get the first power up. Who are you going to predict to win this? I hate to ask that question, but who are you going to predict?
Difficult question to answer there, because I mean, I didn't expect iSwearNotBots to get 4 caps in the first half. I didn't expect them to get any caps in the game at all. But they have, and they played really well. And I think if they can just keep playing and they keep believing in their ability to make better players than the top-ranked team this season, that they'll win. But I think Borsal will probably has more consistency and will get the win eventually. I think Hugin Venetics will start playing a lot better this half. So, yeah. I predict 4-1 in this half to Borsal.
The defense of iSwearNotBots has certainly tightened, and Evoke and Dimakaris, even though they're getting out of the base, they're really just not getting much further than the halfway point in the match. Once they get to the bottom, to the pinnacle of the U-shape, they're really just getting cut off quite easily, as Toasty Fox and Sweet Cheeses taking advantage of all the boosters and different gimmicks in the map that they can to try and get a return. Dimakaris goes for a very risky grab of the power up, but ends up just putting himself straight into a spike, although he did get a power up, so it's not all is lost.
But you see, pardon,
I was going to say Evoke with the same power up can't really do much. Dimakaris gets away. Toasty Fox isn't going to let that happen.
But you see, in the first minute and a half of this half, Evoke or Dimer have gotten away from Toasty Fox or Sweet Cheese's 1v2 and forced them to both commit to either of them, and then that gives the other offender the chance to get the grab and just get out of base with no defense on him. They really need to start being able to defend 1v1 so that they don't have to leave the flag completely undefended. As Hi-Fi comes into base, trying to juke past Evoke, Dimer, and Hook here to get the cap, and he doesn't get the cap by 1 pixel.
Oh, that was half a pixel away from getting a cap there with one of the most fantastic grabs out of the base from Hoog. Hoog Venetics. Barely making it to the flag. Well, he didn't even, did he? But jeez. What were you saying about that other one being the best cap in the game? I don't think that would have matched that.
These are some insane plays this game. I think this has been one of the best games in terms of individual skill and wanting to win the game of any in OLTP.
Noob getting the block through the portal on a very
He doesn't choose to take the team boost. He doesn't choose to take the team boost, and he might get returned here. He's going to get returned here because he doesn't choose to take the team boost to get the cap. Didn't he trust himself?
Will be kicking himself in the legs and then growing more legs so that he can kick himself in them after that mistake. Oh wow.
Wow, Evoke comes in. Right, whoa.
Oh, and the tables have turned, haven't they? Evoke's
He
gonna get
will
a cap.
take the team boost and he will get the cap because of it. Noob and Hi-Fi and Sweet Cheeses all commit to getting their return. Nobody is at base to defend Diamond. Sweet Cheese is going to get blocked for another easy return. And they do exactly the same thing. They're all committing too hard to balls to the walls defense, and nobody is defending Evoke, and he's able to get away. He's going to get away. He needs to get a block, and this will be another cap. As I say that, Hi-Fi gets away with the flag. Dimer ahead of him as well.
Hi-Fi and Noob on offense are just being way too impatient, and as I said in the half break, it was their offense and defense of I Swear We're Not Bots which was letting them down, and them just being too impatient with the flag and trying to grab the flag and get returns as the flag carrier is coming in is just there's just nothing there. Countless times Noob has grabbed the flag without Hi-Fi, Hi-Fi's grabbed the flag without Noob, Noob goes for another flaccid just as Evoke's coming into the base. Again, impatient, leaving Evoke with a nice white big open door and a party invitation to go and get a cap there. Dimakaris is going to get away from Toasty Fox because Hi-Fi is just going for a flaccid grab without thinking straight, although in his defense I'm sure he's probably feeling pretty stressed as the rest of the field are.
Look, it's happening again. Noob is leaving Evoke at base. They can't keep leaving these offenders completely with an unguarded flag. If they do, they will keep losing caps. Like Evoke's going to get away as well if they can return Noob. That's a cap. Another
Noob
cap.
goes for another sloppy grab.
And Hoog is going to be pretty much undefended in the base. No, Diamond is in a 1v1. They can't keep doing this. They've got to cover their own base before they go for the offensive return.
Dimakaris isn't quite going to get away from Sweet Cheeses, so it looks like that big train has stopped.
That let 2 caps in, basically. It let in about 6 or 7 grabs as well. If they lose the game because of that, they will be kicking themselves, because that should not have happened. Evoke's going away, boost past Sweet Cheeses, and gets past Toasty Fox as well using the spin there.
And Hi-Fi can't use his rolling bomb too well. Evoke has got a wide open gap down the bottom. Barely bouncing off his
blocked by his teammates.
Hi-Fi finally tries to get a half-decent grab and getting away bottom.
Oh, Sweet Cheeses with a lovely boost. Pure luck pretty much. And can't get Diamond. That would have been a lovely return because of the defensive play from Sweet Cheeses there.
And notice how Venetics and Hoog are doing an excellent job to contain Hi-Fi in that spike field, which can be pretty hard to do if an offender knows how to use the spike field well. Dimakaris opts to go for the kids and cousins. You'll also notice that balls to the wall were on 4 caps this stage last half, so but obviously I Swear We're Not Bots aren't quite being able to match themselves to the same extent. A very out of position kerfuffled I Swear We're Not Bots. I gotta learn these names, don't I? Very kerfuffled out of position I Swear We're Not Bots aren't going to be able to do much. Evoke, actually on the other hand, can't really do that much either. And again, Hi-Fi can't use his rolling bomb. He'll probably go for a grab while Noob isn't there and not get too far out of the base. Well, he sure tried, even if he couldn't make it. Oh, that was smart from Phonetics, waiting for Noob, trying to prevent the regrab rather than going to contain, but it doesn't look like his prevention was enough. Noob has only got one to beat. Hoog comes up from behind.
Noob had Evoke and Dimer to beat as well, and that was because that Evoke and Dimer, unlike Noob and Hi-Fi, when their own flag is away, they do not grab the flag, and they patiently wait to get the return. And that is really the difference between the two teams. That's why Balls of the Wall are 4 caps ahead in this half.
Well, hopefully at the very least, I swear we're not bots will be able to lose this match going into their very last game of the season against Bad Balls 2, assuming they can't get 5 caps in 2 minutes and 44 seconds. But the second half is certainly going much to the pace that most people expected. Evoke coming in. Noob can't grab the flag. Hoog has got a block. Evoke's going to get another cap. Make that 6 caps in 2 minutes and 25 seconds for I swear we're not bots that they're going to need to get a win. Dimakaris is way down bottom. Noob is way down the right hand side of the pitch, and it looks like they might even be able to meet up halfway through. Yes, they will. They're going to cross paths. Neither of the other teams are going to be able to get any return though. Noob is juggling his own balls away from the base. Hoog waits patiently. Patience is what got him that return, and an excellent return that it was. Evoke is away down bottom with nobody to contest him. Hoog has got a rolling bomb from the bottom. Toasty Fox can't quite get a return, but he is going to go up. He's only got one ahead of him, which is Toasty Fox. Evoke gets another cap. How many caps has Evoke got this game? 5 in this half alone. In this half alone.
5 caps. A ridiculous display from a really good offender, and just showing how strong he is now.
But I don't think we can say that it was all Evoke. Certainly had a lot of help from Dimakaris, who, just as I said, that isn't going to get away. Hi-Fi, this might be their only chance to cap unless Benetics and Sweet Hoog decide to block.
He can't get the cap. Noob chooses to just camp flag instead of helping get that cap in, and it doesn't pay off.
And that was their only chance to cap the game so far, or this half was so far. Looks like they might have missed it. They do have time to get one more cap if they're lucky.
Just positioning failures. I don't think anybody's really been calling out for Toasty or Sweet Cheese as whether to commit to an offensive return or whether to stay at base. I'm not sure where that leadership came from in the first half, because they were doing it pretty adeptly then. But it just looks like that's fallen apart for them this half. And it's a bit of a disappointment, because the first half was such a good half, because there were 8 caps and they were all magnificent caps.
Do you think we'd be able to get a listen in of what Hoog might be saying right now in the Balls to the Wall room?
Turtle, put it in.
Alright, Amoeba.
Amoeba.
Form a square.
Oh, please.
Shit.
Reform.
Good game, guys.
I got 1 cap.
Having a little bit of fun there. Fair enough. That's one defensive strategy which has worked in the past. It looks like it's working now.
The scoreboard really paints a picture of that game. Hi-Fi got 18 grabs, 18 drops, and the 21 grabs, 21 drops, and that is a real disappointment as offenders. Really disappointing. 2 of 40 grabs and not cap.
Alrighty, let's grab Noob from I swear we're not bots. Noob! How you had a very, very solid game in the first half. Most of your team really was just really on form, and you were able to compete really, really well with Balls to the Wall, but then in the second half, 6-0 down, which was very different. It was almost as if it was 2 completely different games. What do you think was the main difference which caused that huge change from the first half and the second half?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I think that's a recurring theme with what I have to say in these interviews though. Basically, I attribute it to right at the start, we just got out of position, and we didn't do that well of a job of getting back into position, so they kept capping. Yeah, and then we just, I guess, got disheartened or something and didn't really do anything after 4-0. Not sure what the problem was. I think you guys probably have a better idea than I do.
Well, I'd say you guys got out of position a lot, and like you weren't defending your flag, and they just kept getting regrabs and regrabs and regrabs, and you just couldn't.
Oh yeah, well at the end I was like, well fuck defense, we need caps. I can't stay here to defend when it's 4-0 and 2 minutes to go. I'm fucking going offense.
Yeah, you had to take some risks to get those caps, and I understand that. But like the positioning you had in the first half, when you were 4-4 and it looked like a really good game, maybe it was probably in your favour. I mean, I'd say
it certainly was.
You were the momentum going in the second half, but just the first 2 caps, they capped twice in the space of 30 seconds, and it really, I guess, goes down to.
You want to drag who again here?
I suppose so. Hoog, congratulations, finalist.
Yes.
Well, I guess I wanted to ask, you guys didn't do well defensively in the first half. How do you think you're going to stop that from happening against Cap 22s?
No comment.
No comment. Okay. What do you think you changed giving up 4 caps in the first half, going to giving up really no caps in the second half, and forcing them to grab 40 odd times, and drop 40 odd times as well? What do you think you changed between those halves?
Well, at first, I think the issue was with the offensive defense, and there was just a bit too much grabbing when we probably should have been defending their base. I put down our win in the second half, definitely towards our amoeba defense. It pretty much won us the game, in my belief. And that's what changed the game.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, good game, Hoog. Congratulations, mate.
TY.
One last very important question. Do you think you'll beat Cap 22s?
Yeah.
Please, Hoog.
Right,
What
now,
is a
Hoog,
captain without belief in his squad?
can you answer honestly this time? Do you think you will beat Cap 22s?
Yes.
There you have it, folks. Hoog is arrogant and a liar. Join us next time, because next time we will be doing this stream will be on the final. It won't be on RadiaN's channel because he'll be playing, but cheers to RadiaN for streaming. Anyway, Rain, who will also be playing in that game, is not going to be commentating alongside me. That means this is the last game of this season, which we're going to be commentating side by side.
You guys did
Of this season. I'll miss
See you
you,
next
mate.
season. Thank you. Ball
But,
Jordan.
yeah, no.
Who knows Sizzzled,
2
I might
weeks-
pinch him.
2 weeks from now, we will be
Might do a draw.
watching the grand final, the Premier Ball of OLTP Season 1, the inaugural season. So, it'll be very interesting to see. It's going to be one of the tightest matches all season, barring maybe another match, which I'm not going to talk about. Anyway, thanks for joining in. Thanks for streaming RadiaN. Thanks for commentating with me, Rain. And we'll see you soon.